Our conversation this morning with the members of our Indiana County Veterans Providers Group, brought to you by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. We're going to be on the line today with Mike Palarino and with Cindi Coffman. Let's get them up with us here today and hope that the call holds as we knock them off of hold and put them onto conference. Cindi, I hope you're there.
I am. Thank you.
There's Cindi Coffman. Let's see if we can get Mike. Mike, are you there?
I am.
All right.
For having us.
Hey, how about that? It worked. Pardon me while I have a brief celebration. Hey, Veterans Providers Group has been on with us for quite some time. And every month we catch up on veterans issues. And frequently those issues are what we're talking about today. Veterans' mental health and help with addictions. And just like every other aspect of society, veterans are under those same pressures. But thankfully, because they're vets, they have some special services available to them. And the two of you are going to talk with us about tactical recovery. Cindi, let's start with you. You're from the St. Joseph Institute for Addiction. What is tactical recovery? And veterans' mental health, substance abuse, of course, goes along with that.
So thank you. The Tactical Recovery Team is a team sponsored by Summit Behavioral Health. Mike is actually more of the expert on that side of being able to talk to all the things that they do in regards to tactical recovery. I work at St. Joseph Institute for Addiction. We're located in Center County in Pennsylvania, and we treat the folks who come into into treatment of the veterans who come to us. We understand a lot of the mental health issues that come with being a veteran, especially the PTSD and trauma associated with that, as well as the treatment of their addiction. So when they come to us, the counselor is assigned to them, develops a treatment plan with them specifically tailored for them to meet their substance abuse disorder as well as any underlying mental health concerns that they have to work through. We are a 53-bed facility here, and we use a lot of evidence-based programming and holistic programming. Here we also have chronic pain seems to be something that affects a lot of veterans. So there is a physical therapist that I have on staff. He's here and he teaches Tai Chi, neuroscience education of the brain associated with chronic pain. He does relaxation trainings with them and really does individual sessions with them to treat them individually about their chronic pain. We also have a hot tub. We have an endless pool. We have a sauna that supports that detoxification and that wellness, overall wellness. We have relapse prevention, gender-specific groups, small groups, veteran peer support groups that are offered weekly, as well as a counselor who is trained in, trauma and meeting the veterans where they're at in regards to developing a treatment plan.
Mm-hmm. Mike Palarino, you were with us just last month, and we were talking with you about some of these same things. Tactical recovery is the name of this particular program that we're talking about this morning. Can you tell me about it?
Absolutely. So, Mike Palarino, I work for Summit Behavioral Health, and we have a program called Tactical Recovery. In our program, we accept all the active duty military, first responders, veterans, and we all realize that they are the backbone of our country. And we have a great understanding of the long-lasting effects that these roles can have on people who have served us all, especially the depression, post-traumatic stress, and the addiction. We have 19 facilities across the country, and St. Joseph's is one of our recovery centers located near Penn State. And like Cindi said, she's the CEO of the facility. I work for Tactical Recovery, and I am out there advocating for the veterans, getting them to really have an understanding of what's available to them and the resources that are out there. Because a lot of the problems lie is when they leave the service and they don't know where the St. Joseph's are of the world to go and get help. We are honored to be partnered with the VA through their community care program. We do accept the VA's insurance to help them to get into our programs.
It's interesting you said, Mike, active military veterans and first responders. Frequently, those bisect, don't they? They intersect, I guess is a better way to put it.
Yes, they do, yes.
Yeah, and so the services available to folks who are involved in that, and many of their issues are the same issues. For within here in Indiana County, of course, these services are available to folks here.
They are. We are here to work with our veterans. I have a great relationships with a lot of the VAs all across the Northeast. The VA has really stepped up, and they're really trying to, get the veterans the help that they need. If they're unable to get them the help that they need inside the VA, they'll utilize the program called Community Care, and they'll be able to get them into our programs.
Cindi Coffman, again from St. Joseph Institute for Addiction, as we talk about the way that services are manifested for folks here in Indiana County and our surrounding counties. You have a very, very broad based organization. You cover a lot of territory, and I know it's important to you to be able to reach on the local level wherever those vets happen to be.
Absolutely. We will provide transportation to them to help them get them into treatment as quick as possible. We do understand that, sometimes the timeline of somebody making that call and wanting to get the treatment, we want to get them into our program as quick as possible.
I know that there's no such thing as a typical case of a veteran who is involved with substance abuse or has mental difficulties, and so you can't really categorize it in any way when you're related to commonalities. However, there are certain things that vets who are struggling do have in common, and so that can be an important baseline, would you say, for starting their recovery?
Absolutely, and understanding, everyone needs to be treated on an individual basis, but there are, certain commonalities that they have, and that's one of the reasons why the veterans who come into the program, they're assigned a counselor, and they have a small group 5 times a week with their counselors within that veteran population, because there are a lot of things that they can share in common. We also use a program, it's called Track 9, which gives us a baseline assessment. We do that within the first 24 hours of when they come in, so that really helps the clinician look at where they're at, some of the topics to use for groups, some of the different things to utilize on the treatment plan as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And for you and for Mike, if either of you would like to address this, sometimes it only takes a few success stories to entice somebody who might be reluctant to seek help. 1 or 2 success stories that they can really apply to their own life situation can really make a difference in their lives, can it not? Absolutely, and one of the ways that we highlight the success stories is we have what's called a Care For app, and it's for our alumni. And I'm really proud to say that St. Joseph Institute, we have a strong alumni community, and we utilize the alumni app. So once a month, our alumni are getting together at a different event, whether it be outside of the facility or here at the facility. The app, it's very active. The alumni are sharing successes and reaching out for support or providing somebody else support. They also do a weekly meeting called Coffee with Joes, where they get together and have an online meeting, Zoom meeting with the alumni, and I think that's a testimony to the success stories that you're referencing. Now, we're talking with Cindi Coffman and Mike Palarino this morning, and just another couple of moments with them this morning. Mike, I know that once somebody gets involved in a treatment program, it's not here's your start date, here's your end date, and see you later, have a nice life. There has to be a very important follow-up cycle, doesn't there?
Yes, one thing that we take pride in within tactical recovery is rather than even coming to any of our facilities, we are engaging with them. We are teaching them about every resource and educating them about every resource that's available to them. We are getting them set up and ready to go into treatment. Once they leave, we also have an app called Tactical Recovery. They will register with that app, and after they leave treatment, they can get onto that app and ask any type of questions they may have. It could be 30 days after treatment. It could be 5 years after treatment. And some of those questions could be, hey, Mike, where do I file my VA claim in Indiana County? Mike, where do I register for health care when I arrive at the Pittsburgh VA? And we take pride in make sure they are set up for success once they leave the St. Joseph's of the world. We want to make sure they're not falling through the cracks and everything is right there on the plate, and all they have to do is take it and run with it.
Beautiful. Mike Palarino, Cindi Coffman, thank you so much for visiting with us this morning. We do appreciate it.
Thank you. I really appreciate having us. And if there's anyone who's in need for mental health or substance abuse and you're a veteran, please call our support line at 877-636-5016.
Very good. Both have a great day, okay?
Thank you so much for having us.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS 101.1 FM and AM 1160. AM 1160.